Really felt that when Zamir had paused, it would be a very impactful pause, and then turn around to me and saying, I'd like to invite Naveen on stage. This happens with my good friend Zamir. Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. You have actually started the process where I'd like to continue with. You're a very powerful speaker, and some points you're very aptly put. My mind actually goes where sorrows went, the tranquil shores of the Indian Ocean, hitting the sea, taking in a lot of sand back with it, and leaving behind some memories. Today is what I felt sitting here, that somebody came up on stage with fluidity of a powerful Ferrari engine, with the peace of the Himalayas, the tranquility of a sage, and the message of a true communication monarch. Dhanu, that's what you are. It was wonderful getting you on stage, and on behalf of all members of Kolkata Toastmasters, I'd say thank you for bringing in the power of the pause. Having said that, I actually loved a few points, but before going there, I would like to pause and say, I'll come back to this, Dhanu. You did a wonderful job of bringing in a relation between power and pause. You were very eloquent when you chose about setting across messages by giving sentences to a representative from the audience. You connected with all of us. Even a lot of senior Toastmasters who are sitting here, they've come back after a long time, I'm sure, that all this was running in their mind and saying, well, that's a good job done. That's how experienced Toastmasters, whether they are moms and grandmoms, forget the age, but the experienced Toastmasters connect with the audience. There was a wonderful eye connect that you were doing. And I've always said this, that great things come in small packages. At the height that you were, which reminded me quite of Mother Teresa, and the way you looked around, it was wonderful. You used rhetoric to perfection. How do you feel? Did you see the difference? Questions which people must have answered in their mind, saying, yes, yes, I could understand that. The pause that you said about how it calms the mind, I connected instantaneously. I do that with my wife all the time. Substitute filler words, I never thought about that. It came to me now, yes, I could. And the question and answer session at the end, which I'm sure offline will be much stronger. Overall, like I said, very powerful. Dhanu, now I've got over that pause of saying dha and saying Dhanu. It's where I felt that the timing of the pause is of great practicality. You could have told the audience that, look, when you take a pause, count 1, 2, 3, and then go on.
Actually, I have that on my paper. I missed the paper.
Okay, that's my second point.
Yeah, I got it over there. I'm just remembering it.
Okay, which in turn, ladies and gentlemen, I'm requesting the timer to get the card down, because if this is an interactive session, Mr. Standing Precedent, don't time me out unnecessarily. Okay, that's my second point for you then.
Commas, colon, semicolon.
True.
You mentally count to the count of 1, 2, 3. With a full stop, you mentally count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then move on.
Yeah.
These are the pauses.
Perfect. Perfect. I missed that. And now that you said that, we've learned it. All of us here are on a learning curve, like I explained to you last time. Now, the count makes it so much more important, and this is true even in theatrics. When people do drama, I'm missing, Anjuji is not here, right? I'm sure she would have elaborated. When you're doing drama, you sometimes look at a person before you deliver the dialogue, and you actually talk to count to make that impact so much more. Or sometimes you deliver a dialogue looking at him and saying, son, the next time you ridicule me, you can do it 10 times over because I love you. Right? Whichever way it swings. So the count makes a lot of difference. You could have put up, and this I remember having suggested, you could have used a projector. This club is adept at doing that, or use the whiteboard. Because when you write something which is up on the board for a long period of time, ma'am, people connect, they read it so much more. And when it goes up like this and goes down, they just have that moment in time to read. And some people sitting at the back there, connecting with Ruchira and me, we maybe have same, I'm worse than you as far as sight is concerned, Ruchira. She might not have connected. But you wanted it to be big, you wanted it to be really bold here for people to connect. So the next time you use that when you're doing a workshop, will leave that the audience so much more spellbound. Not that they are any less spellbound now. They are. a little bit more. Because we are pumping in drugs, choke it to the neck. The final thing that I had to tell you, Dhanu, was that do not, for heaven's sake, you're such a powerful package. It's like my all-time favorite Amitabh Bachchan movie. We waited and watched till the last drop. Nobody ever had the screen saying, and finally the last scene is coming up. It never scrolled. Why did you say, and before I leave the stage? Sorry, before I leave the floor. We don't want you to leave the floor. For heaven's sake, stay back. I almost had Vandanaji screaming from there. No, put the car down. Jesus. That's the kind of impact that you are bringing across to the people here. Dhanu, if you are powerful and you know it, show it. Are you coming next Friday too? We are going to miss you tremendously. And we pray. You heard that? The warning signals. Right? It was almost like the house was on fire. Ruchiralji had timed it to perfection, saying if she says no, I'm not coming, and she did. Right? So all the best, Dhanu, for all your future speeches. Mauritius awaits you and those lovely sands and the seas. God bless. Take care. Let's hear it for Dhanu.